Hi everyone, it's Mrs. Weintraub welcoming you to another installment of Bronx Net Education videos. Today we will be focusing on an SEL activity that involves mindfulness, meditation, and we're going to create some art together. Okay, so come on in and let's get started. Good morning. Please take a moment to get yourself centered and ready for our morning meditation process and SEL activity. Remember, mindfulness means being aware of what is happening right now and how you feel about it. So please close your eyes, and I want you to breathe in love, breathe out love, breathe in peace, breathe out peace. Breathe in light. Breathe out light. I want you now to take a moment to listen and see and touch all the things that are around you. I want you to think about the beautiful world we live in and all the wonderful things we will be doing together in this session. Are you feeling anxious or overwhelmed? Today, we will be collaborating and creating a therapeutic SEL art activity using the principles of grounding and mindfulness to help manage anxiety and other overwhelming emotions no matter what setting we are in. Either we are at home, we are at school, or at work. So, now, please open your eyes, and we will now go into our SEL.
Invisible Scribble by Diane Alber. This story is strange, and I think you'd agree. It's about a scribble you just cannot see. Each day he would try to spin and twirl, hoping just once he'd see a bright swirl. But sadly, it was always the same. That's how he got his invisible name. All the other scribbles were such a sight. Red, blue, and green were oh so bright. Teal and magenta had an incredible flair, and yellow and purple made the perfect pair. Invisible would watch them frolic all day, but didn't have the confidence to ask them to play. He worried he wouldn't fit into the group because he couldn't make a colorful loop. Lonely and confused, he stared at the display and said to himself,
"Why can't I look that way? Why can't anyone see me instead of nothing at all? I wish I was good enough to be up on that wall."
Red could hear that Invisible was so sad and said,
"Maybe we can help. We have color to add. What if blue and I spun around really quick? Maybe some of our color would fly off and stick."
Invisible was shocked they were being so kind and said,
"That sounds great, if you don't mind."
The three of them squiggled and began to play. Invisible swirled in his usual way, but this time he scribbled a light violet hue. He was finally seen. He felt so new. He thanked Red and Blue for having a kind heart and took a giant leap to start his own art. But when he landed, he was invisible once more. He couldn't believe it. He was the same as before. Invisible cried out,
"Now can you see? There must be something wrong with me."
With his head tilted down, he slowly walked away and said,
"I'll just stand here and watch you all play." "Nothing's wrong with you,"
Orange said with a shout.
"We are here for you. We will figure it out. Have you ever heard of the Fun Splatter Crew? They can change colors like a million still."
When the Paints heard their name, They arrived in a hurry. They all got mixed up and became a bit blurry. They were having so much fun that they just weren't aware that invisible scribble was standing right there. It happened so fast, and oh, how they splashed, when they all accidentally collided and crashed. Paint covered Invisible from head to toe. Then something great happened. He started to show. His form resisted the paint, and his color shined through. Invisible cheered.
My dream come true! I thought all this time I was invisibly drawn, but my color just matched the paper I was on.
Invisible was excited to create more art, but quickly noticed he couldn't start.
I ran out of paper, I can't even try.
Then he noticed a Snippet nearby. Snippet was kind and knew just what to do, and said,
I have some paper and a colorful hue. I bet you can make a beautiful scene with some navy blue and forest green.
Snippet grabbed the paper for Invisible to try out.
We believe in you!
They all said with a shout. Invisible jumped on to give it a whirl. You could see every twist and every swirl. He was so happy, he yelled to everyone.
Let's all create. It'll be so much fun.
Splatters filled the space above and below, and the snippets made structures all in a row. The scribbles added texture with wiggly lines. There were so many wonderful, bright new designs.
I can't believe it!
Invisible proclaimed.
I'm on the wall and finally framed. Your kindness grew my self-esteem, gave me the courage to fulfill my dream. Thank you all for believing me. I once felt hidden, but now I can see that each of you helped fill my heart. It made me see I was always art.
Thank you.
So we just heard the read out loud, The Invisible Scribble by Diane Alber. We saw that a simple act of kindness can transform into an invisible scribble and create a masterpiece, a work of art. We saw this during our journey that was full of friendship and kindness and wonder as a scribble discovered the beauty inside himself. So as an artist, we need to always remember we use our hands, our minds, our hearts to create art. So today, we are all going to look at the beauty inside of ourselves. And we are going to make a grounding scribble drawing. So what we're going to be listening to in our minds and our hearts are our feelings right now. What are we feeling? Let me think about that. What am I feeling? I know. I think I'm feeling a little bit nervous. So I'm going to write on my board right now the word nervous. 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 So that means when you're a little bit, tense and you're a little bit scared to try something new or do something different or to maybe meet new people or talk about something that is bothering you. So today for art, we are going to be creating our own grounding scribble drawings around a word that we are feeling right now. So what you will need today for this assignment is you will need a piece of paper. Any size, any color is fine. I use copy paper for mine. But for today's, I'm going to be using my whiteboard behind me so you at home or at work or at school can see it very clearly. You're also going to need some markers, some pencils, some pens, crayons, oil pastels, watercolor paint, whatever you have that's readily available to you. And also, you need a very quiet place with a very flat surface in order to create art. So, first, I'm going to look at my word, which is nervous, and then I am going to take a dark color marker or crayon or whatever I have at home So I have a dark purple I'm going to use for mine. And you are going to just begin scribbling and letting out your feelings that are from within you, in your mind, your heart, your soul, and you're going to release it through your fingertips in your hands. Okay, so let's get those feelings. So up here right now, I have a sample of one I did earlier. So as you can see, I used a black marker for this one, and I added lots of colors to show how I was feeling. So this one has some nice tones in it that blend together. We used the color wheel in art where we use primary colors of red, yellow, and blue, and we use secondary colors of green, purple, and orange. So if you look at this picture, I have a lot of all those tones in there and those colors. So again, we're going to be looking at our feelings. We're going to be thinking about it. I wrote the word nervous for myself. Right now, please write down the word that you feel, what your feelings are right now, and write that word in the middle of your paper. Okay, go ahead and do that now. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so now you've had 5 seconds to write the word. We are now going to take our pen or our marker or our crayon, and we are going to get creative with a scribble within that word. And just let your pen and your hands do the work. And so once you feel like you are done, you are going to stop with your scribble. Notice my word nervous starts to get hidden. So I am burying all those feelings of being nervous because I feel more comfortable now. I'm excited about my drawing. I released my stress of feeling nervous, and I got all those emotions out in my scribble. So after that is done, you are going to then take all of your colors and you are going to color each piece of the scribble. So I did one earlier that looks like this as well. So that is just a black and white scribble drawing that I had done. See that? And I wanted to show you what you're going to do with this black and white, or in my case right now, purple drawing. I am going to then add some color to each piece. So I'm going to go to each piece. So this one I'm going to make green. I'm going to make sure I stay within that little piece of green, that area. I'm going to color it in. And this will take a while, so do not rush through it. Make sure you use the colors that will make you feel better and calmer and peaceful. And you're going to color within the lines. So I want you to continue coloring at home, and I can't wait to see everybody's fabulous masterpieces of their grounded scribble drawing. So I hope you had fun. So here's my completed masterpiece. Notice the word nervous is totally gone now, and I am totally happy. I feel much better. I feel great. And so this is what it came out looking like with marker on a whiteboard. If you take crayons, I did one on paper earlier as well with just crayons. If you take crayons, notice it looks different with crayon. The texture is a little different than it is with marker, and the coloring isn't as streaky. So I hope you had a great time today, as I did, and can't wait to see you next time. Bye-bye for now.